For another lesson, your life might as well be over if you don't have this. A lot of men, especially in our community, run around here and they wonder why they don't get the results in life that they want and all that they like. And this is because they lack high standards for themselves. If you don't have standards for yourself, you might as well just give the game up. Now, I ain't talking about offing yourself, but you need to have high standards and hold yourself to a higher standard. You know, I find it funny that a lot of people that if you happen to serve in the military, you serve with people and they'll be at their best. And then you see them a couple of years later after they get out and they look like shit. And that is because they let their standards down. Most notably, you notice it with Marines as well, because they had such a high bar. And then when they get out the military, they just let themselves go and don't hold themselves to a higher standard. And it's pretty sad to watch somebody that you know was shit hot, but maybe they were schmucks before and destined to be schmucks until the military give them a sense of pride. I don't know, I can't conjecture on that. But what I can tell you is you don't need to be in the military to have high standards for yourself. If you look in the mirror and you know and feel you are a little bit, like maybe 10, 20, 30, 40 pounds overweight, you know you ain't in regs. You know you let your standard go. You know you fucking up. Like when you get married and you see men that get married and they just let themselves go, they stop going to the gym, they stop upkeeping their appearance, and people notice it. But with women, when they do that, people notice it, but they don't really say anything. But when you, as a man, let yourself go, people let you have it. Society let you have it and they like. But women, they just like, oh no, you're still beautiful even though you're like 9,000 pounds. Right. You can't worry about what other people doing and the standards that they hold for themselves. You have to worry about yourself. That's the only thing you can do. But if you're worrying about other people, you have bigger problems. You can only deal with the people in your circle, which is very few, and yourself. And even the ones that in your circle, you can't control them. You got to work on yourself. You got to make yourself stronger and better, more fit, more in shape. And you don't need to look like Adonis, a Greek god or whatnot. But if you walking up a flight of steps and you massively out of breath and you gasping and shit for air, you have an issue. You don't have the issue now, but I promise you you're going to have the issue later on down the road. And that's a sad thing. But all I have to say is bring your standards up, and I mean to a point where it's unrealistic. Because if you want mediocre results, have mediocre standards. If you want the big success, the grandiose life and the like, have high standards. Extremely ultra high standards for yourself. And you're going to lose friends, people ain't going to like you, you're going to become the enemy of the state. But the reward's way better than being a schmuck and having low standards or in fact no standards for yourself. Go check around in society and you're going to see a lot of people with very low standard for themselves and see if that's what you want. If that's what you want, continue on the trajectory you want now. I promise you, you're going to be at the bottom of the ladder like the rest of the schmucks. And sometimes circumstances force you there. But the same circumstances that got you there can be the same circumstances that took you out of your wretchedness. You've been taught.